Hey guys, it is Monday. I really had to think about that one. I am heading home. Well, I'm going to actually go to the post office, check my mailbox, and then head home. Nothing's really happened. I need to work on the vlog today, but nothing's really happened. I'm considering cutting my hair because there's a lot of dead on my hair. Like, you can't tell with the camera, but there's a lot of dead at the end of my hair. And I'm thinking about going to Ulta because that's where I go to get my hair cut. And just tell them to cut all the dead end off because there's a lot. There's like half of my hair is dead end because of my bleaching. When I bleached my hair blue. But I was thinking of getting it cut like right here anyways, and then maybe re-dyeing it again. I was thinking about, wow, there are 4 helicopters flying in unison up above right now. That's so cool. Just the way it looks. I'm stopped right now, so. I'm at a gas station because I go through a gas station to get to the main road. Anyhow, I was thinking about cutting it because a lot of it is dead and I wanted to revitalize my hair, and you can't really do that with masks and stuff. I mean, they say you can, but in reality you can't. There's nothing to bring it back from the dead. You can make it look soft and smooth for temporary, but it's not actually healing your hair. Just so you know, that's a little note for anyone who doesn't know that. I mean, you can still do it temporarily if you don't want to cut your hair. You can continue doing it temporarily and just continue doing it. And it will stay that way as much as you do it. But there's like, it will eventually, if you stop, it'll eventually come back to being like the way it is because it's dead split hair. Anyway, so I was thinking about doing that, but I have to probably wait till next paycheck because if you guys didn't know, Zach's birthday passed up. His birthday was last Thursday and on the 10th. And because we've been having financial problems, we couldn't even celebrate Christmas. We didn't get anything for anyone for Christmas or ourselves. Zach got me a present, but that's because he has his own money that he saves up. But I couldn't afford to get him anything because I've been busy paying bills, like my psychiatrist bills, paying for medication. I had to take my dog to the vet, make sure we had food. We've just been struggling lately. And so in order to help kind of pay for me not be able to get him anything for his birthday, I'm going to take him out to eat to a new Japanese restaurant that we haven't been to because he likes to try out new ones. I could stay at an old one and continue buying from there, but he likes to try out new things, which is good. It's a good way to look at life. And hopefully that will make up for it. He's excited. Well, he says he's excited for it, but I know he's pretty down about it. He wants to see his family again, and last time we saw him was a year after we moved. So it's only been a year now again since he's seen his family, but he gets homesick very easily. So he wishes that we could go down back to Florida to visit his family, but he's the one who even said we're not going to because we have to save up to start paying off some of our bills first, which is true. So we're not going down to Florida this year. We're not going to go to MegaCon this year, which really sucks because I like to go to conventions. I really wish I could bring my Pyramid Head costume down to Florida, but that's big and bulky. So that's not happening. And so that's the plan this year. Is not going down to Florida, trying to save up money, trying to pay off some of our credit cards. And yeah, I don't even plan on anything for my birthday because I want to save up this year. I want to really focus this year. So yeah. Anyways, I'm almost to the post office. I'm going to check my box, then I go home and work on the vlog because I've been slacking on these vlogs lately. Like, I have not been editing my videos that much. I haven't been focusing on them. I've been having a very hard time focusing on anything. So, I'm having a little bit of difficulties with that. But I'm trying to get back into it. I really tried to focus yesterday on my Between Monsters and Men video. So, I'm struggling a little bit with focusing lately. Don't know how to fix that. But, like, turn off everything, but then I'll be just staring off in the distance. We'll see. So I'm here. I'll see you guys tomorrow or the next day. Hey guys, it's me. Of course, Amanda, or known as Amateur Aries. I'm currently heading to Zach's work to pick him up, and then we're going to go to the gym, and then we're going to go to a movie for date night. We're going to go see Glass. So yes, yeah, probably wondering, why are you wearing makeup if you're going to the gym? Well, I do actually occasionally wear makeup when I go to the gym, at least I used to. But also because we are going on a date night, so I like to look good when I go on date night. So we're just going to a movie. Probably going to get something to eat beforehand so we don't pay extra money for the food at the movies, because the food at the movies is always so much more expensive than if you go out to eat and grab something real quick. Isn't that sad? Back when I used to live in Florida, our nearest movie theater was Regal, and it would literally cost us about $50 to $60 to go see the movie and grab food and drinks. It's just so much money just to go see a freaking movie. Here we have NCG, I think that's the way you do it. Say it. Sorry for the loud noises, it's kind of rainy now, it's kind of muggy. But they are not as expensive with food and drink. Well, with movie and a popcorn and 2 drinks, it's about $36. But it's like, they don't have a variety of food there at the NCG. Like, they have popcorn, they have nachos, they have, I think, pretzels. They just don't have a variety of food. And we're trying to eat a little bit healthier. So everything that they have there is not good for us, especially with our hypoglycemia. Because he and I actually both have it. So we're just going to go out somewhere small and eat, grab something healthier to eat, like sushi or something, because we're obsessed with sushi. I think almost every YouTuber is, now that I think about it. That, or we'll probably grab, like, I don't know what we'll grab. We'll grab something. I'm not even hungry right now, but I'm pretty sure we'll be hungry by the time the movie starts, because right now it's 3:24. The movie starts at 7 o'clock. He gets off of work at 4 when we go to the gym. If we go to the gym and then we go home, it'd be a waste of gas because it's the opposite way from the movie theater. The movie theater is literally 2 minutes away from the gym. So it's just better off if we try to spend as much time there at the gym and then go out to get something small and then go to the movies. So that's the plan. So we're not wasting too much gas, because it's easier to spend less money on gas than spending money on small food, for us at least. So that's the plan. Hopefully Glass is just as good as the first 2 movies, because I liked the first 2 movies. Surprisingly, my dad didn't like the first movie, which is Unbreakable. My dad didn't like it, which is a big surprise, because normally he likes those type of movies. And then Split is the second movie, which is about a guy with multiple personality disorder. Not giving you much of a spoiler, that's actually what the movie's about. But it was a really good movie. I liked it. And so we're going to go see Glass, which is the 3rd out of the 3 movies. So, yeah, I'm excited. I've been wanting to see it ever since I heard it's coming out. And, there are a couple other movies that are coming out this year that I'm really excited for. Captain Marvel's coming out in March, Avengers is coming out in April, and then Game of Thrones is coming out in April, the day after my birthday. I am so pumped. You don't even know. It'd be even better if it was on my birthday. But little side note, for any of you Game of Thrones freaks like I am, the day that they aired the episode for Joffrey's death was my birthday. I was so pumped. I was like, best birthday present ever. So I got to watch Joffrey die, cop car, on my birthday. It was like, yes, finally getting to see at that time, the main villain finally go down. Like, it was so great. It was the best present ever. Anyhow, I'm thinking about doing 23andMe soon. I'm not going to say it's going to be... There's a lot of garbage there. I'm not going to say it's going to be like within the next month. I am saving up for it. All of my Patreon that I've been receiving. By the way, I do have a Patreon. I know a lot of people say you should put up a Patreon instead of a GoFundMe. Well, I do have a Patreon. I just don't advertise it. It is in my description box. If you want to learn things about me, like my social media, etc., my websites or anything like that, it's always going to be in my description box. I'm not going to always remember to tell you guys that I have these things because my memory is really, really bad. So, yes, I do have a Patreon. It is in the description box. If you would like to send me money or something like that, or support me or whatever you want to call it, I'm not promising videos will be up right away when it comes to them because, again, my memory is really crap. When I do put videos up on YouTube, it is scheduled usually a week or two beforehand. So when I do put them, they just go up immediately. So I don't even remember the days they go up half the time. So when a video does go up, I'm not going to remember to put it up on Patreon. You can schedule videos on Patreon. However, like, the image for some reason doesn't pop up. Like, the thumbnail doesn't pop up. So, this guy's probably staring at me. I just don't care for it so much. So I'm trying to get used to Patreon. Just bear with me. I do have a Patreon also for Men Between Monsters and Men channel as well. So, if you guys support that channel, would like to support money in that one too, you can do that. But yes, I've been hoarding, more like the word. You gonna go ahead of me, sir? I mean, it wasn't even your turn. Whatever. I've been hoarding the money that I've been receiving from Patreon, from both Patrons, because I don't get much money from there. And I'm gonna be using it to try to upgrade my channels. And one of the upgrades will not be, this is not an upgrade, it's just for a future video, would be for 23andMe, because my dad and I have been really wanting to know our complete authenticity, or the possibility of our authenticity. The reason I say that, a lot of you guys ask me what my ethnic group is. Well, I am a mutt. My dad and I have concluded so far that we have Russian, Polish, Irish, Scottish, German, and English in us. But we know we have a lot more. So why we don't know much about our ancestry is because when my dad's family came over to America from Poland and Russia, they didn't give us a lot of information. Their name was changed. So what happened was, when they came over and they got the court documentations and they wrote down their names, the judge who was doing it at the time, because back then they had, judges or something like that. This is what I was told. He couldn't read the name on the paper. So instead of we think our last name was originally Baylor, which apparently from what my dad says is a Polish or Russian type name. That's just what he's told me. I don't know. But they changed it to Baker because for some reason they thought that's what it looked like. So our last name is Baker. But we don't know if it's our true last name. We don't know if it's our true surname from my father's side of the family. On my dad's mother's side of the family, we have we have Scottish and English in us. My grandmother she says now, she's a little bit lost in her mind, but back a few years ago when she was a little bit more sane, she's going through some stuff. She said that she's half Scottish, half English. And so yeah, we on her side of the family we learned that we are related to Sir Walter Scott, the author, the famous novelist in England/Scotland. So that's pretty cool information. But she also says that we are related to Sir Walter Raleigh. So who knows? But she says we were related to both, because the reason why we know we are related to Sir Walter Scott is because we actually do have the coat of arms. We had the coat of arms at her. We had her at her house. Now we have it in our house somewhere. And but she said we were also related to Sir Walter Raleigh, who was a privateer who tried to seduce Queen Elizabeth and then got with her handmaid instead. And that's our family. We could have been rich and famous, No, I'm just joking. But anyway, so that's what we know on my mother's side of the family. I'm just ranting on you guys now. On my mother's side of the family, it's almost completely German. The only thing we've heard lately is from my grandma said, on my mother's side, that we have a possibility of Russian in us. But that was only like in the recent years that she started saying that. So I could have Russian from both sides of the family. Russian comes from my dad's side because there were Russian Polish Jews, and some of my ancestors were in the concentration camps and everything like that. That's why I do Jew jokes. That's how me and my dad cope with it. And and then he married a German. Now I have German Jew in me. And a funny thing about that is when I was in middle school and we were learning about Anne Frank and the concentration camps, they were talking about, it's like, oh, well, I have German and Jewish in me from my ancestries. My father was, he went to Hebrew school and everything like that. My mom's German. And they're like, no, that's not a thing. People don't do that. So I actually, in middle school, was like, people didn't believe that I was a German Jew. I was like, what? How is that not a thing? There were Germans who were Jews. I mean, they just hid it, or they got away with it, or they were taken to concentration camps. It didn't matter your ethnicity. If you were a Jew, you were taken to a concentration camp. So it's just like, anyway, that's just my beef. Anyhow, yes, so we believed that we were 100% German on my mother's side. He knows now. But the Irish and Scottish comes from my dad's side. We heard that from my dad's uncle, so my great uncle, that we have Irish in us. So we don't know for sure. I guess when I do the 23andMe, I guess we'll see. We'll see how much percentages I actually have in me. I'm not doing the health package because that's $199 and I cannot afford that. I can hardly afford $99. Ooh, there was a car accident. One car looks perfectly fine, the other one looks like it's dead. Anyhow, I'm only going to do the 23andMe to see my genetics because, like I said, it's a little expensive. I've been hoarding money for it because it's from my channel. Any extra money I get, I usually have to spend for groceries. My way my finances are is that I do take a big chunk out for rent. I do a big chunk out for my credit cards, and then I take out food money, and then I do give us a little bit of extra money for Zach and a little bit extra money for me, usually because we have hobbies that require a little money to do what we want to do. He wants to become a blacksmith and do stuff like that, but he has a lot of things he wants to pay for, like his PS4 controller's dying, and he wants to pay for that. And I usually try to buy makeup for my makeup channel, or I'm saving up for a new camera or vlog. I'm usually trying to do that stuff, but in the end, I always end up having to pay for groceries with my money. So I really, personally, on my side, out of the relationship, I really don't get spending money. And it sucks because you can tell who's the responsible in the relationship. And a lot of times, the reason why I pay for groceries is because, one, I use my grocery money to pay for my prescriptions, which are not that expensive. They're with all my prescriptions now, it costs about $25. That's not terrible whatsoever, especially with the antipsychotics I take. I'm not complaining one bit. And but Zach also eats a lot of food. Like we work out a lot, so we both eat a lot of food because of it. But he usually eats a lot, but he's been cooling down on it, so we can try to conserve our grocery money. So that's been our financial issues lately. So if anyone was wondering, I don't think you guys really care, but whatever. Anyway, I'm here. It took me 13 minutes to get here. I never knew how long it would take me to get here. Is that area open? No, it's not. So, see ya.